If you guys have not heard me talk about fizz yet, it is so good. It is how I have kicked my coffee habit. So I just learned how to curl my hair with a hair straightener and I am legitimately obsessed with it. Like, I feel like it just looks so fun. I need some fizz. This is what I've been doing with my quarantine. All right, back to the journaling prompt. Here we go. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I put up this week's poll and you guys voted for this. I think the total was like 70% voted for this video. I am sharing with you guys 15 journaling prompts for manifesting and goal setting. So these prompts are ones that I've used myself that I've seen super amazing results with. I wanted to share them with you guys. The first thing I want to start off by saying I found journaling prompts really helpful, especially when it comes to manifesting and goal setting as well, because I feel like it really helps you hone in on like where your limiting beliefs are, where your insecurities are. It just kind of helps you figure out where your thoughts are at. And I think that's really important when it comes to setting goals and manifesting things into your life, because a lot of those limiting beliefs are subconscious. So what these journaling prompts can do is actually help bring them into your conscious. I tend to do a lot of my journaling in the morning, getting your mindset right at the beginning of the day. I think that's really important. I've talked to my channel before about setting a good morning routine, making sure that you're setting yourself up for success. And I think when it comes to manifesting and goal setting, that's even more important. A lot of these are going to be more so focused on like setting yourself up for the day. My first journal prompt then is to set your intention. So what is your intention for the day? This can be you listing out things for your to-do list. It can also be getting your head right as far as what you want the day to look like. I found this to be really helpful. So kind of playing the tape out and seeing what your day will look like in advance and kind of walking yourself through the whole day of like what you want to get done, you know, what things you want to accomplish, whatever it may be, and walking through the steps of the day, because I feel like doing this will really help you see it before it happens. It helps you visualize and see yourself having success before you actually go through the motions. Journal prompt number 2 is what are you grateful for? So I've talked about gratitude so much on my channel. I think it's so important for mental health. I think it's important just to have gratitude in general, and this is no different. So if you're looking to set some big goals and manifest a lot into your life, you have to already be grateful for what is in your life while you're working towards what you want in the future. Journal prompt number 3, this might get really real in your journal, so you know, prepare yourself. But journal prompt number 3 is, do you control your thoughts or do your thoughts control you? I know when I first heard that I was like, when you start writing, this is where a lot of your limiting beliefs will come out at, because at first, at least for me, at first when you're writing this, you're gonna be like, no, I control my thoughts, right? And you're gonna be very like proud of that. But the more you're writing this and you're journaling that out, you're gonna be like, oh, like maybe not. And you'll start to see kind of some patterns that come up of like what your thoughts are that you think about yourself, that you think about your life. It's gonna start to come out. So anytime you're doing these journaling prompts too, in case I haven't said this already, you wanna make sure that you're just letting your thoughts flow. So I don't want you to scratch anything out. Don't like rip pages out or anything like that. You just wanna write and write and write, and don't edit your thoughts. Don't go back and try and like rephrase it. Just write however you are thinking. So a very free stream of writing. Journal prompt number 4, what are the things I love to do and how can I do more of that today? This is really helpful if you're looking at manifesting things into your life that are very different than what you currently have. Writing down the things that you love, or even the things that you're trying to manifest, you can do it that way too. It will help get your brain thinking that way. But then by also writing down something like, how can I do more of that today? It's gonna help you think of like small things that you can do today, and as you add those up over time, they're gonna get you to where you wanna be. This can just be very simple things, like maybe you wanna start reading, you know, a personal development book instead of a fiction book. Maybe you just read a chapter of it instead of your fiction book that day. Something small, something simple. This is gonna help your brain kind of rewire itself to start thinking more along the lines of the life that you're wanting to manifest and achieve those goals towards, rather than focusing on where you're at right now. Prompt number 5 is describe your dream day. And then once you do that, I want you to write today's date, but 5 years in the future. What this does, it's really cool, because I think a lot of times when we're journaling about like our dream life and our ideal life and what we want to manifest and the people we want to manifest and the career and whatever it may be, we tend to focus on like the big accomplishments, right? And like the, oh my God, we're here in our life. But I think it's important to realize that when we're living that dream life, it's not going to be those big wins every single day. Instead, it's gonna be, what are you doing on your day-to-day routines that's different from what you're doing now? Instead of writing, which is still helpful, but instead of writing like your dream life, because I feel like that's a really big concept and it's hard for us to see that when we're not there right now, just describe your ideal day. Like you can even start right now with describing, okay, what does my normal day look like right now where I am in present day? What does my day look like? And then the next journal entry, you can write, okay, what is my ideal dream day? Like if I was living my dream life, if I had manifested everything I want to manifest, if I've hit the goals that I currently want to achieve, what would my day-to-day life look like? And what this does is it breaks it down for your brain into a much more manageable, easier to conceptualize. And you'll see what I mean when you do this. You're actually gonna, it seems so much more realistic when you describe your ideal day rather than your like ideal life. And this is my lifetime accomplishments kind of a thing. Journal prompt number 6, what would you do if anything was possible? I think a lot of the times we don't actually know what we want. We're kind of just going through the motions of our everyday life and not really paying attention to what would actually bring us joy and what we would really love to do. If you had unlimited money, if you had unlimited resources, like everything absolutely unlimited, what would you do? What would your life look like? What would you want to do with your time? And it's interesting because I think when you first start to do this, you're just like, oh my God, I have no idea. At least that's how I was. But the more you journal on this, you start to kind of get in touch with like your inner child and what you wanted when you were a kid and what you thought about when you dreamed about your life and kind of things you saw and the people you saw and what you envisioned for your life. Once you journal about if you could do anything, once you finish that journal prompt, the next thing you can do with this prompt is what's one thing I can do today can get me closer to that, or that I love to do? What's one small thing that I can add to my day? It has to be a whole big project, but as you do that over time, it's going to add up and it's going to compound upon itself and it's going to start snowballing. I think it's so much more important to focus on those smaller tasks rather than the big goals that we want to manifest, and this journal prompt helps you do that. Prompt number 7, I know that money can be a kind of a touchy subject for some people to want to talk about, but I think it's really important because we all have our own relationship with money. And if you haven't thought of this, or if this is kind of a weird idea for you, I really encourage you to do this journal prompt because it's going to open your eyes about a lot of things. So prompt number 7 is, what is the purpose of money and how do you feel about it? If you've never thought about this before, I highly encourage you to do this journaling prompt, especially if you're looking to manifest big things in your life or things that are drastically different than where you're at right now. This journal prompt will help you see the relationship that you have with money, because we all have a relationship that we have formed with money, especially when it comes to like things that we heard in our childhood, when we were growing up. All of that adds to your beliefs about money, to your perspective on money, how accessible it is to you. All of that factors in. So this journaling prompt is super important if you're looking to accomplish goals that revolve around kind of abundance and that wealth that you're looking to manifest, anything like that. This prompt is super important for things like that. You guys know that I love self-love. You know that I love self-care, and I'm all about that when it comes to supporting your mental health. And when you're manifesting and looking to accomplish big goals, that is no different. That still applies here. So this next prompt and the next couple following are really focused on honing in on who you are as a person and making sure that you have that belief and confidence. Prompt number 8 is, I know I will succeed because, and then you're gonna list out every reason why you know that you can succeed or that you can accomplish this goal or you can manifest this into your life. Because the more you can positively affirm to yourself that, like, I know I'll succeed and this is why, you know, you start to develop that belief and it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And all these prompts are prompts that you can do multiple times, more than once, to help reinforce those beliefs. Listing out every reason why you know that you will succeed at your set goal or what you're looking to manifest. Prompts 9 and 10 are very similar, but I want you guys to pay attention to which one resonates more with you, and that's the one I want you to go with. So prompt number 9 is I am statements. So this is your affirmations. If you're not familiar with affirmations, it's basically just a way to rewire your brain and get you thinking in a more abundant mindset. And this can be anything. You can literally make an I am statement about any goal, manifestation, like mindset, belief, anything you want to have, you can create an I am statement for it. So some things that might fall into that category: I am confident, I am successful, I am beautiful, I am unstoppable, I am the top leader in my company, I am a great salesperson, I am a great friend, a great mother, anything like that. Whatever you want to fill in the blank with, you know, that's totally up to you. The one thing I want to preface this by saying though, for me, when I first started learning about the law of attraction and manifestation and goal setting, and I just never resonated with them. If you use I am statements, they should make you feel empowered and they should make you feel so excited and you're so pumped up and you're like, yeah, I can do this. If you're not, it usually means that you have some limiting beliefs and some things that are really uncomfortable that you need to work through, and just saying I am tends to kind of backfire sometimes if you're someone like me. So if that's the case, if you're kind of of saying I am, and you're kind of just like, no, I'm not. And there's this other side of your brain that's like, no, you're not, like, and tries to like second guess you. That's normal to happen in the beginning, but if it continues to happen, then I would recommend doing prompt 10. This personally is what worked best for me, which is if you don't believe the I am statements, instead try asking yourself, can I do this? And what this does is our brains are naturally inclined to find answers to questions. Instead of just saying, yes, I can do this, right? Asking yourself, well, can I do this? The trick here is, you know, if you kind of have more of a negative self-talk, negative self-belief, you might say, well, no, I can't, like, I can't do it. But I challenge you to, when you write, can I do this, to come up with 5 to 10 reasons why, yes, I can do this, here's why, and listing those reasons. So, can I do this? Yes, I can, here's why, and then listing out those reasons. Oh, camera cut me off. Let's see, where was I? Prompt number 11 is, what 10 desires would you love to see in your life right now? I would write it in a very positive way. You know, I would love to see blank and list those things out. Or I would love to have, I would love to be, whatever it is. Even just putting the word love in it just makes it feel better, you know? Prompt number 12 is kind of spinning off the 11th prompt, and that's, what good habits can I add to my daily routine to help those things come into fruition? If you haven't yet read, I personally love The Miracle Morning. I love the 5 a.m. Club. Those are really good books if you're looking to kind of add better habits into your day and develop a more abundant growth mindset. Those are really good books, especially that focus on kind of the day-to-day habits that will help get you to where you want to be. By listing out these habits, you're going to start to see like, okay, well, clearly I'm not doing any of these habits right now, so maybe I need to try adding in one. And I would start by adding in like 1 to 2 at a time. Don't try and add like 20 habits into your day and think that it's going to be great, because it will backfire on you. I can speak from experience. So just adding in 1 to 2 at a time will help you just develop those good habits to help you get to those desires that you're looking to manifest. Prompt number 13, this is probably one of my favorites on this list, and it's, are you ready and willing to step into your dream life? For me, this was really interesting the first time I did it, because when you're writing that, you start to see a lot of the limiting beliefs that I was talking about earlier come into play here. So if you have things that are really holding you back, saying, oh, you can't do that, like that's not possible, that's going to start to come up with this kind of a journal prompt, and you can address it and you can say, oh, well, that's not true and here's why, kind of a thing. So you can start to break apart those limiting beliefs that come up, so you are ready, willing, and open to step into that goal that you're looking to accomplish or that thing that you're looking to manifest. Number 14, I'm all about that self-care. It is list 20 positive things about yourself. You guys, the biggest thing I can say when it comes to manifesting, goal setting, bringing more positive things into your life, you've got to have that self-care. You've got to have that self-love. You've got to have your mental health in a good place, or at least have good routines in place to make sure that that's staying at a good level. Listing all the things you love about yourself. When you're having a day where you're working towards this goal and it gets hard, because it will, having that positive reinforcement in the back of your mind saying, well, no, but look at this. Like, look at what I've done. Look at these things that I love about myself. And if you can't think of 20 things, stay there until you can, because I guarantee you, no matter who you are, no matter where you're at in your life, if you're watching this, there are 20 amazing things about you. I can promise you that. Even if nobody's told you that, I can tell you that. So write those 20 things down. It will help. And then prompt number 15 is to write a thank you letter to the universe or God or whatever you believe in. Write a thank you letter and write it in a present tense. You know, I'm so thankful that I have this. And you can start at first with the thank you letter of saying thank you for things that are already in your life. And then the second half letter, you can say thank you for things that you're manifesting, but say it in present tense. You know, thank you so much for fill in the blank with what your goal is or what you're trying to manifest, but say it in the present tense. So it's as if you've already have it right now. Does that make sense? So that's my last prompt. I really love this one because it just puts you in just a state of gratitude. And anytime you're in a state of gratitude, you are naturally going to attract good, positive things into your life. Best thing you can do is to just stay in a happy bubble of gratitude as much as you can. Even when things are hard, just finding things, like I even try to go to bed at night, think of, you know, 3 to 5 things that I'm grateful for that happened that day. Especially during times like now, we're all staying at home and staying inside. I think it's so important to still make sure we're focusing on the good and not getting overwhelmed with the negativity that we can see and kind of the uncertainty and the scariness that can be around at a time like this. So those are my journaling prompts for manifesting and goal setting. I hope you guys found these prompts helpful. If you do choose to try them out, please drop a comment below. Let me know how they work for you. I would love to hear. And if you're not already, be sure to follow me on Instagram and keep an eye out for next week's video poll. I always post a poll asking what video you want to see next. So be sure you're voting for that. With that being said, I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy with everything going on, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.